Okay, so let's talk about runner's lunge with a twist. It can feel so great and so good, but only if you are doing it in a way that feels good for you. And the way you just saw me starting may not be that for you. There is no need to ever try to force yourself into a pose or into a position that you think you're supposed to get into, because that forcing is actually going to undo what we really want to get out of the pose. We need to be able to stay in a position, in a body shape that still feels good for us. So I wanted to show you a few options for how you could adjust if you're really not feeling like that positioning is going to work for you. So the goals, always start with what's the goal of that pose, of doing that? Well, we have a good stretch in the legs and we're adding that twist, right? In that lower core, in that lower side body, down toward the hips. Okay, we can get that in a lot of different ways. So number one, if I don't have any props, any tools, I can still adjust this pose. So in a lunge, we always want to make sure our front knee stays over that front ankle. So there's no reason why my lunge has to be all the way down here. I can stay higher and shorter, still keeping front knee over front ankle. I have the stretch in the legs right here. To add the twist, I have some options. I can lower my hand sort of just down and start to twist open. I could bring my hand to that front leg. I can also bring this top hand to the hip. I have a twist. I have a stretch in the legs. Perfect. As you start to maybe deepen, as you start to work a little more, you're like, well, I think I could get a little bit lower, but maybe not all the way down. You can start to incorporate some additional props, even a chair or a stool. I'm going to grab a stool just to show you. This is actually a headstand stool. But I can first bring my hand down to something a little bit higher. Like this could be a seat of a chair, a stool, a bench. And I, again, can add that twist. Top arm could still come to that top hip, really opening up that shoulder to get the twist and gazing up. And then again, as I lower a little bit further, maybe I use a block or a book, something similar in shape or style. And maybe first it's on its tallest, and then maybe on its middle height, its lowest, right? You can continue to adjust. But there is no point, no benefit in trying to force yourself all the way down. I can get that same stretch and same benefit right here. Right? Stretching the legs and a twist, and I'm able to breathe. Remember to use that breath as that gauge for you of whether you're in a good spot or not.